Hi there. Hello, my name is Sarah Bansode, and today we will look at stacks data structure. So this will be a very quick revision video. Which you can see whenever you want, like to brush up your memory or just before your revision or an exam where you do not have time to see all the 2 hours videos. So let's dive into it. Okay, so I will be putting some keywords. Okay, you need to remember so that if you keep those things in mind, later whenever you need it require, you can brush up your memories whenever you want. Okay, fine, let's start. First, stack. What is stack? Stack is a linear data structure. Fine. Okay, stack is an ordered list of elements where insertion and deletion can be performed only through one end, and that end is top. This principle is called as LiFO principle. You can think of stack as a container which has only open end. Okay, so that way you can imagine the entire scenario. Okay, now what are the operations of stack? So the operations of stack is push, pop, full, empty. You gotta check whether the stack is full or empty, and peak. Okay. Before diving into the main concept, there are a few things you need to remember. First is underflow condition. So what is underflow condition? When the stack is empty. Okay? When the stack is empty and you are still trying to pop something out, remove something. अगर कुछ है ही नहीं तो remove क्या करोगे? So that is underflow condition. Then next is overflow condition. What is overflow condition? Overflow condition is like over, extra. Okay, so overflow condition is where the stack is full and you are trying to push or insert something in it. That is overflow condition. Okay, push, the top will be incremented, and in pop the top will be decremented. Okay. Then implementation. For the implementation part, on the basis of memory, we can classify it into two categories, that is static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. So when it comes to static memory allocation, it can be done using array. Okay, here you have to define the size first. Okay, and when it comes to dynamic memory allocation, we use linked list. Fine. Okay, so let's come to the second point, that is implementation using stack. So what is implementation using stack? Nothing. It's just a array which has the name stack. So the way you treat a array, you have to do the same thing. Fine. So first operation is push. So for pushing an element into array, okay, what do? You just have to first of all check. Okay, first check whether the stack is full or not. That is, you will be considering overflow condition. Okay, first check overflow condition. If that is not true, else part. In else part, what you have to do is increment the top. Okay, first of all increment the top and then just assign the value, that is stack in bracket top is equals to value. That's all. Fine. Now while popping, what you have to check? We have to check for the underflow condition. If underflow condition is not there, then move to the next part. That will be okay. So in pop, you have to do nothing, just decrement the top. And in case if you want to put some output, that is what element you have popped, then first you have to print the element, okay, and then decrement the top. Fine. 2 points. Then third point is implementation using linked list. Okay, so while doing the linked list, you have to remember one thing, that you gotta follow the main rules. ठीक है, that is LiFO principle that all has to be followed. Okay, so for that you need to remember that the element which you have to insert, it will be always inserted from the top. Okay, fine. Now how will you do? So you have to remember what happens. The basic thing while pushing is, suppose this is a top, your top pointer, it is pointing to the first element and the linked list goes on. Now when you have to insert, when you have to push a new node, what you have to do, you have to create the node. Okay, once you have created, wherever the top is pointing, the next of new node will be pointing. That is, the next of the new node will be pointing to the first node. Okay, and then you have to change the top, that is now the top will be pointing to the new node. Okay, fine. And while popping, okay, so for popping you need to check for the underflow condition, whether it is empty or not. Okay, once you have done that, then go for the next part, that is removing the element. So what you will do is just top, you have top, new node and the first node. So what you will do, that the point top will now point to the first node. Okay, so point to the first node and free the new node. Okay, that is how you will do the popping operation. Fine. So I will put up the notes in the description, and यहाँ तक आए हो तो like, share और subscribe भी कर देना. And last, next video we will discuss about the prefix, infix and postfix. Okay, so everything about it. So here you need to remember 3 points, that is stack, implementation using array, implementation using linked list.